Franz, obviously a longer basketball summer for you in particular. How are you feeling, entering media day, training camp after, expending much energy into Eurobasket?
Yeah, first of all, what's up, guys? It's good to see you guys. No, I feel good. I had 2 weeks, obviously, since the final. I got to spend some time at home, see some friends and family, and obviously feel in shape basketball-wise, and super excited to be back here and see everybody.
What are your expectations for yourself and this team entering this season?
I think our expectations should be higher than any of the other years. You know what I mean? I think we added obviously Desmond Bane, but I think some other really good players to the roster, and I think talent-wise, mentality-wise, is we should go into the year thinking like a contender, and not cutting ourselves short, and believing in the chance that we got.
When the team traded for Desmond, Franz over here.
My bad.
Yeah, you're good. So when the team traded for Desmond, what was your reaction, and how much have you kind of studied his game up until this point, and how do you think he is going to coexist with you and Paolo and everyone?
Yeah, I mean, it's always bittersweet, those moments. Obviously, I was super excited. I think he's a hell of a player. I thought right away that he fits really well into what we needed. Obviously, he had a great run with Memphis, and I think just the way he plays, can do stuff on the ball, can create for other people, but it's not necessarily ball dominant. So I think that fits our group extremely well. I do want to mention, though, I was a little sad too to see some of the guys go. So wish them nothing but the best, and obviously we're here now, though, so I think we're ready to go.
Obviously, a lot has happened over the summer. Played a lot of basketball over the summer. But what did you learn from this experience of last season? The ups and downs, kind of the highs from early this season, going through the injury, coming back, and then trying to find your way through this off season.
Yeah, obviously staying healthy is the main thing. I think not just for me. I think for the whole group. I think other than that, I think just offensively finding a better flow for the whole team. Just making sure everybody's in rhythm and is confident out there. And I think that would be the biggest difference. I think if we can do those things, like I said, I think we'll have a great chance.
Hi, Franz. Congrats on winning the medal this summer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's one part of your game that you focus on this summer that you can't wait to showcase this season? And also, what's been most rewarding for you to celebrate this NBA journey with your brother?
Yeah. Obviously I worked a lot on my three. I thought I had stretches in Eurobasketball. I shot it a lot better. And I can be more consistent with that. So I'm super excited to show that, obviously. And then I think the most rewarding part about just living with my brother is I got to know him on I think a completely different level than what we knew each other as teenagers and as growing up. So obviously now we're brothers, but we're also just best friends, and there's dynamics there that you go through, and also tough times that you go through together. So I think that's been super rewarding, just getting to know him on a whole different level.
Hey, Franz, you obviously spent quite a bit of time with Tristan this summer. Just coming off of his rookie year and then having the performance that he did with you guys, just where did you kind of see him grow the most over your guys' run?
Yeah, I'm super proud of Tristan. I thought he had a hell of a summer. It's not easy to come into that team and find your spot right away. So, he hit some super huge shots for the group, brought great energy, and I think played a similar role to what he can play here. So, obviously, I thought he showed a tremendous amount of swagger, honestly, out there. Resilience, was locked in important moments, and like I said, I think a lot of the stuff that he did there, I think is going to translate to our game here.
Frank, you guys were the second best team defensively last year. Obviously, the offensive is carrying the load, you and Paolo. As an offensive player with these new additions to the team, what do you guys need for you guys to maximize your potential as a 1-2 punch? What do you look for in the teammates that you have?
Yeah, I think when you look at our roster last year or how we played, I think it's always easy to say, oh, these guys scored the most, so they did their thing. And at the end of the day, we got to play well as a team. So that's on me and Paolo as much as anybody to make sure everybody's in a good spot, that we can flow as a group, flow offensively. And I think for our group, I think we're very tall but versatile. I think we should run as much as we can. And like I said, I think that the goal of our offense should not be to maximize just me and Paolo, but maximize everyone's ability. So that's how we got to play, and that's what training camp is for.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. With the game coming up in January in Berlin, are you and Mo looking forward to that in particular, and anything in particular that you're going to be showing to the other players, any tourist attractions or restaurants?
Oh, yeah. Man, I was so excited when that came out. Obviously, it's honestly a little surreal, you know what I mean, that we get to play a real game there. Everybody and their mom is going to try to come to the game from Germany, from Europe. So, no, I'm super excited for that. Just because I know, the NBA can feel super far away for people outside the States. So, an experience like that, hopefully there will be a lot of young kids there, because those experiences go an extremely long way to getting people started with the sport and kind of starting that fire. So that's why I'm super excited to play there. We'll try to get as many tickets as I can, and yeah, I'm gonna try to show them the whole city. Obviously, the weather won't be as good as here, but I'm sure they enjoy some of it.
Don Struble, Roundtable Sports. Franz, you and Paolo dealt with the same unlikely injury last season. Then you came back and became two of the top 10 postseason scoring average leaders. What did that adversity of that moment teach you guys, and how did you two grow closer when dealing with those injuries?
Yeah, like you said, it was really weird. I think for me and P, it was tough because we were both playing really well before the injury, and obviously our impact on the team. So I think there's always a balance of not bringing the team morale down when stuff like that happens. And yeah, I think what we learned, obviously the playoffs went the way they did, but how important it is to play as a unit the whole year, and kind of like what I just said. It's not just about two players, but making sure everyone's ability is maximized. So I think that should be the focus.
Franz, I want to go back to that Berlin game. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting? Like us in America, we expect it's going to be pretty electric. Are you expecting the same thing?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. People are gonna go crazy for the tickets. Like that just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So everybody that can get their hand on a ticket, they'll pay whatever for it, I think. So I'm super excited. Obviously, I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and like I said, I hope some young people are in there that that'll be the experience that kind of gets them started. Because like I said, you can watch videos on YouTube and stuff, but seeing that stuff up close I think goes a long way.
Franz, what do you think the difference is with this team, with and without Jaylen?
Yeah, I think Jaylen's one of our X factors. I think just the energy he plays with, the plays he makes without the basketball, and just the type of guy, the type of character he is. His energy is very. How do you say? I think it's spreads across the whole room when he walks in. So I think when Jaylen's right, especially the plays that sometimes don't get recognized, I think you always need players like that, and add that to a player that can do stuff with the ball like he can. Like I said, I think he's one of our most important players.
How you doing today, Franz? What was your over here, Franz? What was your instant reaction to the Desmond Bane trade, and how do you envision getting to play with a three-point sniper like Bane going forward?
Yeah, like I just said, it's always bittersweet. I was super excited because I think his talent fits our roster extremely well. At the same time, I have a close relationship with the guys that we traded, so just want to say that as well. But super excited to play with him. Obviously saw a couple of the practices already, and excited. Like you said, I think he's a great shooter. Can make a lot of plays without the ball, and I think he'll fit some of that spot, though, some on-ball creation I think that we need.
And with your incredible success in FIBA Eurobasket World Cup, is there any specific skills that you think translate to the NBA that you might have picked up playing with all that experience and different style of play, given that there is a few different rules and different styles of play?
I mean, obviously it's basketball. It is a lot different. I will say that. I think the biggest thing that I took away from it is, that just the vibe that we have with that team is super special. And I think in moments of adversity, in tight games, maybe in some adversity moments in practice, I think those things go a long way when you trust the guy next to you. And I think we've got to do our best to create that same vibe here. I know it's a lot harder. It's a longer season. It's a different situation in the NBA, but I think for me that was our superpower in the summer.
As the expectations for this team kind of grow, you're obviously one of the leaders on this team. You're one of the key players on this team. How have you seen your leadership evolve, and how do you kind of want to evolve as a leader for this group as you navigate this season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I talk about it every year. I think obviously that is part of my development, and I think I'm up for the challenge. I think to be a good leader for other people, I think one, you got to be know who you are and be okay with that too. So I think that's been the biggest process for me the last couple of years, which I think is normal in my life situation. And like I said, I think I'm up for the challenge. Super excited to learn how to do that in a better way and be more vocal about it too. I think usually I'm somewhat more quiet and kind of go about my business and try to be a leader that way. But I think even in the summer, maybe that's one thing that I learned too from the summer is how to do that a little bit more, be more vocal, and hold people accountable that way.
Talked about your three-point shot earlier and wanting to show that off to the fans. What was that work like this summer? How much did you put into it, and how was your confidence there from three?
Yeah, I think with shooting, I think some of it is mental, so some of that work doesn't necessarily happen on the court, and I think the other part of it, obviously, getting a lot of reps in, just making sure the shot feels good and fluid, and I think that work kind of goes in phases, just like I said, first making sure it feels good and feels the right way and the same every time, and then just making sure you rep it out. And I think it was good to have Eurobasket as well, making sure I feel that same way in practice as I do in games.
Franks, recently the ESPN ranked the top 10 players in the NBA, and were you surprised that the first six players are from Europe? Is the world catching up to the NBA, or is the platform that was open to you guys taking advantage and somehow surpassing the U.S. players?
I did not see the ranking, but not necessarily surprised. Obviously, I know some of the guys probably that are on the list, and I don't know if they're surpassing the NBA. I think the game is global. I think there's stuff that other countries are better at in basketball than the States. I will say that, and but I think the NBA is a huge part of that. You know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. Everybody wants to play here, and that's the platform everybody's striving for. So I think that's the beauty of the sport of our world, that we get to share these things and connect throughout that. And I think basketball is no different. Thank you.